A new poll shows that 70% of Republicans would join a new Trump party as calls for New York Governor Andrew Cuomo to be removed from office surge. In this video, we're going to take a look at the latest poll that shows that the vast majority of Republican voters are ready to bolt the party. What's really behind the rise of third-party sentiments, not just here in the United States, but around the world, and how the latest cover-up scandals surrounding the real number of deaths in New York nursing homes may take down one of the Democrats' rising stars. You're not going to want to miss this. Greetings, everyone. Back with Steve here with you. Wonderful to be with you as always. We're here each and every day to give you conservative hope in the midst of these trying and turbulent times, helping you to think better so you can feel better. So if you haven't already done so, you know what to do. Make sure to smack that bell and subscribe button. We'd love to have you as a regular part of this channel. For you Rumble fans out there, we're almost at 100,000 subs there. So make sure to subscribe to our brand new Rumble channel by clicking on the link below. And for you podcast fans, make sure to click on that link below and sign up for our various podcast platforms as well. We're now one of the top 20 podcasts of the nation for political commentary. With your help, we're going to make it to #1. First, before we get into things, let's give a huge shout out to the sponsor of this video. And that's our good friends over at Virtual Shield. Gang, if you're not using a VPN or virtual private network on your desktop, tablet, or mobile device while browsing the internet, well, then you're really exposing yourself to a lot of potential danger. But protecting yourself online simply has never been easier. And to make it even better, our good friends over at Virtual Shield are offering our audience 50% off all VPN plans and all premium add-ons. So do not wait. This is a limited time offer. Click on that link in the description below and sign up for a free 30-day trial to Virtual Shield VPN today. All right, gang, let's dive right in here. A brand new poll conducted by YouGov has confirmed what we've been tracking with over the last month or so. The vast majority of Republican voters would indeed consider leaving the party to join a new Trump-led political party. 33% of Republicans said that they would definitely join a Trump-led breakaway party, while another 37% said that they would certainly consider joining the new party. The remaining 30% said that they would stay with the Republican Party. And so there's a number of fascinating finds here. The poll further found 46% of Republicans said that they believe it's very important for the party to remain loyal to Trump, with 27% saying it is somewhat important. So that means 75% of Republicans say the party must, or at least should to some extent, remain loyal to Trump. Very interesting find. It also found that 71% of Republicans believed that it was completely disloyal. That's the word that was used in the survey. They believe it was completely disloyal for Republican politicians to vote in favor of the former President Trump's impeachment or conviction. Obviously, if you're in Wyoming, that number is closer to 90%, given that the latest poll out on the Rhino Republican Liz Cheney, who voted to impeach Trump, shows that only 13% of voters in Wyoming would re-elect her. You heard that right, 13%. Yet that odious Chris Wallace on Faux News, he's fawns all over her, pretending she's the future of the Republican Party. Now, this poll, again, I think is revealing several things for us to talk about here. First and foremost, it's confirming what we've been arguing over the last week, that the impeachment circus is actually making Trump stronger. Okay, that's exactly what Donald Trump Jr. said the other day. I think he's right. He told the Washington Examiner, the more people see what a total and complete sham this impeachment fiasco really is, it just vindicates Trump. Trump comes out on top, stronger than ever, as Democrats implode. It's really that simple. There is a deeper element to it. We argued for this in a video a couple of days back on how this impeachment circus is only exacerbating the animosity between the people versus the political class. So here you have President Trump, right, more than any other modern political figure, as the representative of the people who is most willing to fight against the swamp of the permanent political class and defend the politics of the people, the politics that care deeply about border security, bringing our manufacturing jobs back home, celebrating and revering our culture, customs, and traditions, rather than denigrating and deriding them through the poison of cultural Marxist political correctness, right? Like France wants to keep out of their nation. And so in light of that, what does this impeachment circus look like? It looks exactly like the swamp trying to destroy the one man who fought to drain it. So impeachment only underscores and corroborates the populist concerns of the 2016-2020 elections. That's why populism isn't going away, because our political elite keep deferring back to the very political conditions that gave rise to Trump in the first place. So that's the first thing I think we need to see that is coming out of this YouGov survey. Second trend is that this third-party talk, the survey finding 70% of Republicans ready to jump ship and join a Trump-led party, it's actually indicative of a larger political dynamic that we're seeing emerge all over the world that scholars call DeAlignment. And you can read about it in the work of British scholars Roger Eatwell, Matthew Goodwin. It's a very fascinating development. It's been trending now all over the world for the last decade or so, and it's called DeAlignment. DeAlignment involves the breakdown of the traditional bonds that used to exist between our mainline political parties and their constituents. And this breakdown in the bonds of fidelity that voters have had historically with traditional mainline center-left or center-right parties, it's making it easier for new political parties to rise up and take the nation in a new direction. So, for example, in Britain in the 1960s, around 50% of the British population felt strongly aligned to one of the traditional parties, the Tories or Labour, right? That's basically the Republicans and their Democrats, right? So 1 out of 2 Brits felt very strongly aligned with one of the two mainline parties. By 2015, okay, basically 40 years later, just 10% felt that way. 9 out of 10 Brits couldn't give a flip about any loyalty to the two mainline center-left, center-right parties. So that's how Nigel Farage was able to start the Brexit Party in the spring of 2019. One of the things that Farage did is when he saw that Theresa May, the prime minister back then, was deliberately trying to sabotage Brexit, he said, that's it. That's it. We're going third party. I mean, third party being an expression, right, of a non-mainline party. There are actually several parties in Britain, but you get the point. Well, we're going third party. We're turning our backs on the Conservatives, the Tories. They're no longer fit for purpose. Certainly Labour is no longer fit for purpose. So we're going to go on our own and we're going to form a Brexit party. Now, this was just before the European Parliament elections in May of 2019, right, just a couple of months prior. And astonishingly, when those elections came, 1 in 3 Brits ended up voting for the Brexit Party when it was barely 6 weeks old. I mean, you really need to let that hit you. Brits were so frustrated, so disappointed with the Tories and Labour that 30% of them voted for a party that wasn't even 3 months old, and among many different parties. That's the power of a third party in demand here. Clearly, if 70% of Republicans are prepared to jump ship and join a new party, clearly we are seeing comparable de-alignment trends here in the States. So we'll obviously have to keep our eyes on how things develop here. And you know what else is developing? More and more calls for New York Governor Andrew Cuomo to be removed from office for his cover-up on the actual amount of COVID deaths in New York nursing home deaths. You're gonna be astonished. But first, I do want you to have your free gift. Make sure to click in the link down below and download your own fake news antidote. It's an updated compilation of over 30 alternative news sites that I go to each and every day. They're all conservative, all celebrating Trump and the nationalist populist revolt. And boy, do we need these news resources now more than ever. You can download your own copy of our updated fake news antidote completely free at the link down below in the pinned comment section, and have a ready list of your go-to sites that you will definitely enjoy and will inspire you through these trying times. And it's yours absolutely free by clicking on the link below. It's my gift to you. All right, so, yep, it's happening. More and more New York lawmakers are calling for Governor Cuomo's removal from office after the latest bombshell, broken by the New York Times, believe it or not, that Cuomo's State Department of Health deliberately underreported COVID-19 deaths in nursing homes by as much as 50%. In a newly leaked conversation, Cuomo's top aide admitted that data was withheld on nursing homes where more than 10,000 New Yorkers died during the pandemic. And so even the New York Times is reporting that this indeed appears to be a very significant cover-up on the scope of the death toll in New York nursing homes. And so Cuomo's doing everything he possibly can to try to quell the political fallout from this. But as we argued on a video, 2-3 weeks ago when the story first broke, We are argued here that Cuomo's politically dead as a result of this. I mean, there's no way he's going to be able to squirm his way out of this one. And it appears that that is now being confirmed by the calls for his removal from office that are beginning to well up as we speak. New York legislatures are starting to line up, calling for Cuomo's removal, as well as Rand Paul, the senator from Kentucky. He, too, is calling for Cuomo's ouster as a result of these revelations. So obviously, we're going to be keeping a close eye on how things develop there. But regardless, it really does appear that the people have had it, and they are ready to come together, Democrat as well as Republican, as the people, and throw these bums of our permanent political class out of office once and for all. Now, before you go, make sure to like this video, comment down below, and subscribe to my channel. You'll definitely want to check out my latest video I just uploaded on how the Democrats blew it. Pundits are admitting that this was a total waste of time, these impeachment trial, and senators are confirming that there is no chance President Trump gets convicted. You're not going to want to miss it. So make sure to click on the link, and I'll see you over there. God bless.